right, guys. Welcome to Nothing is OB South Texas Golf Podcast, episode 234. All right, I know we've been off for a bit. Daddy's got to live life. Daddy's got to live life a little bit with that summertime. It's ending soon, and it's about to be over right now. Now, tonight on episode 234, we're going to have Mason Miller, general manager of River Hills Country Club out there in Corpus Christi. Well, it's in Calallen, but it is in that 361 area. I'm so thankful for him to be on tonight. FOREBROS Tour is just coming off of playing a match out there with the South Texas Sandbaggers, and that was day one. Team play was held out there, and it's a great little track, man. It's a badass spot. We're gonna hear about Mason. We're gonna hear about why it's such. Why it's such a great place. And so I'm looking forward to it. There we go. I hear. Looking forward to having him here on the show tonight. Don't forget, guys. This show is being brought to you by FOREBROS Tour. Never golf alone again, guys. Never golf alone again. Fix about the right
there. No, you're listening to Nothing is OB.
Man, this game is crazy. You know, you come out here one week, you look like a major champion. The next week, you look like a 25 handicapper from Crabapple, North Dakota. But
let's go, bro.
3 shots, foot par, I just do 2. 1 putt, putt 4, birdie, woohoo. New driver, info, replace, M2, putt 5, fairway, what you fin do? Think I'll try to get on into, start right, good line, good view, hit Drew, shooter McGavin, 2 thumbs that's up high and 2 fingers pointed at you, pew pew, fairway to green, conk off that I'm playing. Sometimes these par 3 green look like an island, a plunge and keep it on dry land. At least I might try, man, up with the 5 and might use the trap, man. I got a check, man, line tango ball speed, rated that backsman, and where that ball.
All right, guys, and we're back, guys. Welcome to Nothing is OB South Texas Golf Podcast, guys. Don't forget, we are brought to you by FOREBROS Tour. Never golf alone again, guys. Never golf alone again. All right, make sure you hit us up on Facebook. We're on Unknown Golf, guys. It's a great day to be a FOREBROS. Tomorrow, we are heading out. A good majority of us are heading out to Scottsdale, baby, we got Scottsdale Cup. We got the Summer Cup out there. Man, we're going to be playing some amazing tracks. It's a great time to be a FOREBROS, so make sure you check us out. Hit us up. We're on Facebook. We're on TikTok, Instagram. And don't forget, guys, you can also go to nothingisob.com. Up at the top, guys, there is a tab up there, guys, and all you got to do is just click on it. It'll take you to FOREBROS Tour information. All right. And, guys, we're coming live from the Texas Chancla studio, guys, so make sure, guys, you check out Jesse Hernandez, guys, hit him up at jessehernandezlaw.com. He is that lawyer. He is the TikTok lawyer. He's the #1 criminal defense attorney here in town, guys. So make sure you hit him up. Your personal injuries, guys, criminal court cases, DWI. He fights for those people that can't fight for themselves, guys. He's a FOREBRO. Hey, not only is he a member, guys, he's also a badass member, a hat golfer. I think he won his first money the other day. He won like $18. And hey, man, finally, guys, it pays to be a FOREBRO. Guys, we're the #1 tour member first organization, so make sure you hit us up. And we're coming live from the Texas Chancla studios all night. Hit him up at 210-807-8656. That is the Texas Chancla. We're coming live from the Texas Chancla studios. So now, without further ado, let's bring on our guy, Mason Miller. Right here. Mason, how we doing tonight, my brother?
Good. Sorry. I was texting Johnny Lucas back. I'm trying to host. He's trying to get us an event on August 14th for his little AM tour deal.
Man, so how's it going out there, man? How's it going out there in River Hills, man? In that little gem of yours?
It's good. It's good. We need some rain, like everybody else, but it's good. Busy. Membership still grows every day. It's a good thing.
Dude,
he's trying to get us an event on August 14th.
That's badass. I'm trying to work out work out some technical
You're
difficulties out here.
you're good.
All right.
I've never done this before either, so I'm trying to figure out where I'm supposed to sit.
Dude, okay, so Mason, I had the privilege. I've played your course several times, and I've had one of maybe the most memorable moments of playing out there at your track. I had the chance to play it with my uncles and my dad, like way back in the day, at one of Ian Burnell's at one of the Nitro tournaments. They have like 300 players out there. You know, they do it, and it was probably one of the most memorable moments I've had because I had a dad from my uncle's. I had an uncle from my dad's side, and then I had an uncle from my mom's side who had never met each other, and it was probably one of the most memorable like rounds of golf I had ever played. So that happened out there at y'all's track.
Very cool. Very cool. I don't know. We didn't have one last year. Yeah, we did. We had one last year. I don't know if they're going to play again this year because I know a bunch of those kids have graduated on to high school. So I think it's kind of gotten smaller as it goes, but we'll see.
Well, I think because everyone grows, right? So Ian's kids are bigger now, and I think
Correct.
I think that's a big thing, right? And
Yes.
so,
Big thing.
I think that always kind of changed. So why don't you kind of just give us a little bit of info, man? Tell us how you got into the game, and tell us how you're able to make your way out there to River Hills. Because you said it. You said it before we got on. You said it before we got on. There's not a lot of info out there on this little gem you have.
No, there's not. And there won't be as long as I'm there. Um, Man, I got started playing golf at 12, 13 maybe. Dad played a little. My uncle played a lot. He worked for the railroad in Temple, and he kind of got me in and liked to play baseball. And come to find out, you can play baseball, but if you don't hit the ball, you're not going to play. And I didn't hit it for shit. So I picked up golf clubs and kind of got started there. Played high school golf. Played a year junior college golf at Navarro in Corsicana, and then ended up at A&M. Damn sure didn't have the game to play there, but still enjoyed it. And then wanted to, so started working at a little daily fee little golf course called Salmons Park in Temple. Worked there for a while. Ended up in Victoria Country Club for about 5 or 6 years. Then ended up at a little 9-hole time called a Goat Ranch, but it was a really cool, pretty fun little track down in Rockport, and was there up until November of 17. We got destroyed by Hurricane Harvey, and we're in the process of trying to put it back together. And in that process, we were probably a good month away from the board and the membership there telling me from a money standpoint I needed to move on because the money needed to be spent outside trying to get the club back open. Luckily, River Hills called. They were in a change of direction and started there in November and been there ever since. And it was rough there for a couple of years getting that thing put back together, and it's been pretty cool the last, what is this, 26, so November will be 9 years. I brought my superintendent from Rockport with me after he got the club back open. He came in April of 19. Is that right? Yeah, April of 19, and since then, because of him, really, the club has been on a real steady upswing, so it's been fun.
So what? Tell us just a little bit more about this track in Rockport because I've heard things that I guess there's a 9-hole course, there's an 18-hole course, it's private. What? So tell us a little bit about that track you were
So
at.
there's Rockport Country Club, which is a fantastic track. It might be my favorite, minus a couple of holes. It's probably my favorite golf course in South Texas, and I don't think there's anything even close. And then there's a little 9-hole out off the county road that runs between Rockport and Hernandez Pass. It's a little 9-hole flat. Windy as all get out every day. It's a good old boy. It's not a good old boy, but it's a good old boy kind of place. It's semi-private. Really good membership at the time when I was there. Hurricane kind of hurt that pretty good. just a fun little track. We had some pretty good little events out there. Not much of a gambling place, I would say. Not many games going, but just a really cool little place to play. Kind of short, small greens. When the wind blows, you can shoot 80 out there in a hurry, but you can shoot 62 also. So
Is that really how these quaint, these tight courses, these small tracks are not long in yardage, are able to protect themselves with the greens, maybe the size of the greens, the speed of the greens, and obviously the wind, the elements.
the wind and slope, a lot of those greens in Rockport, along with us, minus a few, are going to slope back to front, left to right, right to left. And when it starts blowing and you miss it on the wrong side, you can make 5 in a hurry.
It doesn't take much right here. I got a comment right here from one of our
Wow.
mutual friends right here, Michael Ayala. Damn, you old Mason, one of the coolest and best in the game right there, brother.
I don't know if I'm older than him, though.
You know what, Mike? Everybody thinks Mike is like around our age, right? Like everybody thinks because he's been around, he's been doing this a while. And you know what? Somebody told me the other day, like he was like in his 30s,
Really?
like mid 30s, like or early 30s, early 30s.
Okay. All right. Well, I've got him because I'm late 40s, so I've got him by a minute.
A 46 right here, man. So, but you know what? It feels like Mike is the elderman of the group a lot of the times.
Correct. Correct. But we are not as old as A-Rod. I don't qualify for the senior tour just yet.
Oh man, A-Rod always lurks, man. He lurks in the shadows, and it just so happened that I was in your office right when I went out there about 3 weeks ago, and we're talking shit about A-Rod, and then sure enough, you said he's out here, and I'm like, no way. I said, dude, like you can't say his name 3 times on a golf course. He's like the boogeyman. His ass appears.
Right. Beetlejuice. Yeah.
So tell us right here. You were telling me off air right before we got on is about what makes your course so special and what are the things you try to do to keep it such a special place.
It's the membership. It really is. A really good group of guys. Few ladies, not as many ladies as most places do, but we have a handful. They're pretty active, play a lot. It's just the membership. They like their club. Um, Over the years that we've gotten it in better shape, um, they're starting to take a little bit more ownership in the place. I would like to see a little bit more ownership. I think all would at our places, but it's just a fun little place. The members make it fun. Pretty welcoming to everybody that comes in the door. I'm sure you talked to a lot of guys that play at our events in April and August that, everybody makes them feel welcome. And it's just a fun little track and it's a fun little place. And we are River Hills Country Club, but we are not a country club. We are a golf club. Where I grew up, I'm not the biggest fan of the country club monikers that usually get tied on to a lot of places. We are definitely not that. Um, it's just a fun little place to be, and everybody enjoys it, and it's not too serious. And if you've got thin skin, River Hills might be a rough place for you, but I love it. It's a lot of fun. They give
Well,
me
see,
shit. They give me shit every day, so it's
well, see,
wonderful.
I hear that a lot. I hear people walking off the course, not finishing rounds of golf. I heard people upset, leaving with their they're handing their ass at times, not wanting to come back, but then they're right back at it the next day,
Hmm.
and then I hear
Hmm.
there's a lot of skin in the game out there, man. There's a lot of skin in the game out there.
It's a fun place. It's a fun place, and everybody makes it fun. And it's a really laid back. You can be yourself. Yeah, you can be yourself out there pretty much every day, and nobody's going to say anything different about it. So it's a
So,
welcoming place. There are some places I've been that I'm not going to mention names, but kind of feel like you're almost a burden to them that you're out there, and that's not us. It probably used to be back in the day, but it's not anymore.
So I know you stated that it doesn't have that country club feel or per se that maybe some other elite courses obviously have, and maybe in the bigger cities and maybe outside of South Texas. But what do you think? What do you think it's been? Do you think by creating and redoing the 19th hole in the clubhouse and things of that nature? Do you think because I feel like man that's kind of raised the stakes there, or raised the value of that place, maybe even to the membership, and maybe it made it really like want people wanting to stay after the rounds.
Correct. Um, it needed a refresh. That building was stuck in the 80s. It needed a refresh, but we needed more space. We needed more space. That little, I don't know, you had probably been out there when it was it had the little bitty bar, and then we had that big, huge ballroom area that was never being used, but we needed some more space. Um, we still got a little work to do. There's some acoustics that needed some work in that room, big time, which we're going to handle hopefully here in the next week or two. Um, I don't know if it feels more welcoming, but it needed a refresh. And I think by the refresh and us spending some money, the memberships seeing the club spending some money outside of the golf course, which is where we spent every dollar in the last 7 years, 8 years. Um, I think they take a little bit more ownership in it because it's gotten a refresh and it's been updated, and they've got an invested interest in where we're at and where we're moving to.
So tell us just a little bit about the history of the course. I know the course was 9 holes back in 1949, and then it was the other 9 was added later. Why don't you tell everybody just a little bit about the history on where we're at today, how we got to this point today in regards to River Hills Country Club.
Yeah, I don't know it by heart, and I don't know every inch of it, but it was 49 is when it started, and it wasn't River Hills in 49. It was, I don't know if it was Robstown or if it was Corpus. I don't really know the name. I'm not too sure if anybody does. In 61, I think they built the other 9, which I think is now the back 9. The front 9 today is, I think, the original 9 holes. Um, and then sometime in the 70s, financial hardships happen. And then all of a sudden, some members get together, they form a private company, raise some money, share some sales of stock to then go in and get the club out of debt. And they kind of assumed ownership of it. And then River Hills was formed right next to it. So we are a separate entity from the actual landowners, property owners, asset holders. So we're a leasee. It's a little bit different than most places. It's not an equity club. You don't have any equity in the building. You don't have any equity in the dirt. So if it was to sell or anything like that, the membership doesn't really have an equity stake in it that they would get anything out of selling it. But there's some safety there as to the way it was set up back in the 70s.
Now, do you think that because of what took place back in the 70s, that maybe the members have they feel like it's home maybe more than some other members might have at some other courses, and maybe they care for it that much and they love it and they want to see it grow and they want to see it taken care of, maybe more than
Yes,
some others?
most definitely. Most definitely. They saw it through the bad. They saw it get good. They saw it through another bad. Um, and I'm not too sure with this private deal how many shares of stock are actually out and who owns them. But I'd be willing to bet 50% of the shareholders are also members of the club. So they've got a vested interest on both sides of it to see the club be successful and hopefully continue to grow and improve and see what we can be in 10 years.
Now you mentioned off air that there's not a lot of social media, right? Like it's
So
uh, it's really like a word of mouth type place. I've heard it from A Rod, I've heard it from Mike, I've heard it from Bones, I've heard it from Casey Carnes. I've heard it from a lot of places of how special and how great the golf is and how great you do it. And with the tournaments, the cash games, the amount that people are that buy in for and that they're able to win out there. And why has that been so important for you to maybe kind of stay off the grid?
That's a double-edged question. How am I going to answer this without sticking my foot in my mouth? Um, I'm not a big social media guy um, at all. I actually I'm not a fan of social media at all. Uh, I don't think everybody needs to know every time you eat and what you eat. I don't think anybody needs to know every time you have to get up and go to the bathroom. I mean, it's. I wish we went back to now, mind you, we all need this thing. Where am I at? Here. We all need this damn thing. But um, I wish we went back to an old flip phone and all you could do was call on it. But anyway, um, it's our little place. It's the members' place. It's their club. It's our club. And we just kind of want to do what we do and not really be bothered by anybody. And it's not an uppity, snooty, kind of snotty thing. That's not the whole meaning of it. It's just we want to do us and kind of we'll leave you alone, you leave us alone. And if you want to be a part of it and you want to come out and play, come out and see us. I'll be more than happy. If you're interested in joining, I'll be more than happy saying, hey, come on out Wednesday afternoon. We'll give you a key. Go see what you think. Go play. If you have questions, you want a tour, I'll give you a tour around. And if you like it, fill an application out. We'll get you approved and come join the family. And that's kind of the way we want to keep it, way we want to do it.
Well, right here, got some comments right here. Mike Kirk right here. What course it is, Mike? And it's a River Hills Country Club out there in Corpus Christi. Mike was out there. He played out there, and he was one of the ones talking about the green speeds, how it mixed up, and how true they rolled, and how the course protected himself. And Mike Ayala right here. I fucked up and started golfing and gambling at 20. Well, it wore him down. It adds some years to him. That's
Yeah,
for damn sure.
the gambling damn sure does. So the gambling damn sure does. And a few cocktails on the golf course can do that to you also.
So right here, Paul Sharp Mason. Thanks for hosting Four Bros. Enjoyed the course and hospitality. And again, one of the things that I like about your course is that what type of course would you say? Would you say it's a park course or it's a park type course or
I, Parkland probably would be a good definition of it, but South Texas Parkland, mesquite trees, short mesquite, and I hate mesquite trees. Um, few oak trees, but yeah, I would say a parkland. That'd be a good way to describe it. It's not typical Corpus. It's not flat. It's not typical coast golf. Lots of elevation changes. Not many flat lies pretty much anywhere on the property, especially when you get away from the bottom of it. When you get away from 3, the bottom of 8, the flat part on 14, pretty much everywhere else, the ground's gonna move a little bit, and it's gonna make you hit some different shots here and there. But definitely parkland. I wouldn't say coast. Um, I wouldn't say hill country, although it mimics hill country a little bit with the way the ground moves. But parkland would probably be a good definition for it.
Well, what I'm going to tell you right there, what it's a place where course knowledge is huge, right? Like course knowledge is
Yeah.
huge. You have to have it, and or play with somebody that has like the knowledge, right? And I think one thing is that threw me off is that everybody said when I got there, oh well, one is now this one, well, nine is now here, and nine is now there, and I'm like, hold on. I know I'm over here. I'm over here trying to look on. I'm over here trying to look on the grid, try to look on 18 birdies to try to prep, right? To try to prep before. But no, you know what? I'm over here like, hold on. This is this way. This is that way.
Yeah.
I felt like I had some of the answers to the test, and now I don't have them anymore.
Well, And I need to apologize for that. So the original 18 layout, which you probably remember, where 1 was right off the back of the golf shop, and 18 finished just to the east of 1 tee box. Well, 3-4 years ago, we started talking about a clubhouse renovation and of changing some stuff, and then how we were going to reroute the golf course to make it work, for the idea to be that what you remember as old number 2, which is now 18, which finishes just on the north side of the clubhouse, and the way we put the bar and positioned that and built a little pavilion outside so everybody can see everybody finish.
I love
Some
it.
wagering,
I love it.
some
I love it.
wagering, some booze, a few cocktails here and there, some food, and hang out and just rag your buddy as he comes in off 18. So we moved it, and in the process of moving it, when we were talking about the clubhouse renovation, where the old bar seating is, or was, where the old bar was, which is now a little dining room, which we still have some work to get that up and running. We were talking about putting the golf shop there. And then what is now 10, which you remember as old 3, was 1. Yeah, it's confusing as shit.
So whenever you make these changes, right? Is that something because we're going to get into it as to how this course is progressing and the condition of it to hosting some badass, big tournaments to where you're gonna host an event, right? You're gonna host an upcoming South Texas. Is it gonna be a PGA event or is it gonna be a mid-am qualifier? What do you
It's
have
the
coming up?
it's the mid-am It's the TGA mid-am qualifier Monday.
So so as you did this, did they have to come out there? Did they have to rate the course? Did they have to walk it? Did they have to do things of that nature?
Yes, they came out probably a couple of years ago and re-rated. I don't know the last time it had been done. It had not been done since I was there, um, because we weren't on gin. So to do the re-rating, if you're not on gin, it's like $3,500, and I'm sorry, I can spend $3,500 on fertilizer and get more use out of that, making the golf course better shape, than doing that to have it re-rated. And we really weren't hosting anything. Um, But then everybody kind of gets on gin. We do it. Hey, it's included now in your gin stuff. So they came out and did it. But the idea behind moving the whole rerouting, I don't know if rerouting, renumbering the golf course was to make it work better for what we were planning to do for the clubhouse renovation. Well, we kind of kicked the can and kicked the can and kicked the can, and then decided, hey, the membership's growing. We need more space. The golf shop needs to stay where it's at. And we need to be able to monitor the first tee from the shop. So now when you're behind the counter in the shop and you look out the door, across the putting green, you see 1 tee, which is perfect. So you play the front over there. Then we talked about, all right, where are we going to put 10? Well, let's put 10 over there because now I can get you back to the clubhouse to refill your cooler, go play 10 through 16. Then when you come off 16, you can come back by the clubhouse, refill your cooler again for the last 2, and hopefully there are still some skins outstanding once you finish 18. So now you can refill your cooler again and go back to 1 and go play a hot 9 to try to get your bet settled up. So
And then you can bring your cooler with you, right, to the back patio. There.
no, I need you to leave that on the cart.
But that's
Because
what I did.
those things are starting
That's
to
what I
walk
did.
away. Those things are starting to walk away, and Easy Go one's like 100 and a quarter per ice chest. So yeah, we need to keep those on the buggies.
So tell us, all right. So do you think this is something that is there a reason why you didn't have y'all weren't hosting any events? Was it just something that hey, this is time you want to maybe expose your hidden secret to everybody else, to the golf community, or was it just something that maybe your membership wanted?
We need to get the golf course in better shape. When I luckily enough, so when I took the job in November of 17, my superintendent in Rockport stayed to get Live Oak Country Club, little 9-hole, back to being operational. I mean, the club was shut down for right at a year, from when Harvey came ashore to when they opened it back up. So he said, I'm not leaving until we get this place open. Cool, fair enough. They get it open. I finally convinced him in April of 19 to come over to River Hills, and he's fantastic at what he does. He knows a lot. He started at Oak Hills as a mechanic. He can fix anything. He can fix anything with duct tape and baling wire. It's the damnedest thing I've ever seen. Then he ended up. It wasn't Sonterra. Was it Sonterra? Sonterra, probably about 20 years ago. Is that when they built that?
Yeah, Santerra I think was in the 90s. Yeah, I think it was in the 90s when it was built.
So when he was at Oak Hills, they were still hosting the Texas Open then at Oak Hills. The superintendent he was working for there got hired on to go to Sonterra. They built it, grew it in. So he's seen.
Okay, here it is.
He's seen upper level golf, and he's been to Goat Ranch
so
golf.
so I think the super that was there got hired to do quarry. That's what it was. It was
No,
in the
it
90s.
wasn't the quarry.
It wasn't the quarry?
It wasn't the quarry, because this was probably 20 years ago. And then they grew in Sonterra. I think it was Sonterra. I mean, I text him, but he's probably sleeping. I think it was Sonterra. But then anyway, I got him to come over because River Hills needed some work. It needed a lot of work. And where we were at from a membership standpoint, the funding was really not where it needed to be. So I knew he could do a lot with little. And gradually, as the years have gone on, the golf course has improved and continued to improve and continue to improve. And golf course got better. And Casey starts coming down. A-Rod comes down. He brings some guys with him. They start playing in the April and August events. And then out of nowhere in April of this year, TGA called and said, hey, we need a host for a qualifier. You can have this one, or this one, and we want to do it at your place. I said, fantastic, let's do it. So word of mouth, I guess, has gotten out that we're decent.
Do you think are you a fan of how the game is growing currently? Because you said it yourself. I think you've done it. You've done it through a couple different catastrophes, right? You've been in the golf industry, or it brought you here after Harvey, and then you've dealt
Correct.
with COVID. Do you think the game is growing in a great place?
Yes and no. When we just got on, I was on the phone checking. We got a member's kid who's playing in the Texas Junior Golf Tour Championship at Horseshoe. Today was the final round. Played real well yesterday. Played decent on the front today, and then made a double digit on 10, and that pretty much wrecked it. But from a junior golf thing, I think it's fantastic. My biggest hang up with where the game is going now is in two directions. Nobody respects the places anymore. It doesn't take an hour to repair a ball mark. It doesn't take an hour to sand a divot. You don't have to do anything extra to take care of the place, and nobody wants to do that. I've heard it for years. I haven't heard it at River Hills, but I've heard it at other places for years. I don't pay dues to fix ball marks, and I don't pay dues to sand divots. That's what the maintenance crew's for. And that shit pisses me off to no end. The biggest problem for me, besides people not respecting where they're at, is pace of play. It's horrible. It's god-awful. And I don't know if we're trying to cram as many people on the property as possible to make money, or if we're watching too much of the crap on TV and trying to play like them. But, I mean, the guy wins the Open Championship on Sunday, and in 22 seconds from Sam Burns picking his ball out of the hole, he hits an 11-foot putt to win a golf tournament that's probably going to be a $50 million windfall for him over the course of his life. And it took him 22 seconds. It shouldn't take this long to play golf. And I don't know what we need to do to fix that. It's awful. So, to answer your question in the long route, I enjoy parts of where it's going, and I don't enjoy parts of where it's going.
See, and I see that, right? So as running this podcast in 2018, I've had the privilege of playing a lot of badass, a lot of historic country clubs, right? And I've been part of foursomes that have had to let sixsomes and eightsomes of members go through because they play so fast and so quick, right? Because I'm like, how are six or eight golfers playing faster than a foursome, right? But I'm like, this is what these guys do, and hey, maybe it's course knowledge, maybe it's they ain't out there for a long time. They're out there for a good time. And you know what? And probably when they passed us, that was probably like their part of their 36 holes that they've played like within the day. And so like
Correct.
I've seen like I said, I've seen sixsomes and eightsomes play faster than freaking twosomes, threesomes, foursomes out there. And I think
Yes.
maybe I think maybe what is kind of being lost. I see it in baseball a lot of times. It was a game that used to be passed down from father to son or from generation to generation. Well, you know what? A lot of these people, they're COVID golfers, right? Like
Correct.
I'm getting my ass kicked by people that have I'm getting my ass kicked on the course by people that have only picked up the game for like a year and a half, 2 years, and I'm like, it's taken me 46 years just to suck, to still suck, like.
Right.
And
Right.
so, but I do it. No one has ever told these people to repair their ball markers, what to not step in somebody's line, not to hold the flag so it's not ripping in the wind, right? And things of that nature. And everybody wants to be the Patrick Cantleys, the Bryson DeChambeaus. And the way, I mean, I have this show and on the golf content side, but you know what? I'm not the guy that's there with the camera. Like I get lost in the moment in the course and where I'm at and who I'm with. And then I have to go back and I have to drive around. I said, shit, I forgot to take some pictures because I want to enjoy my round and enjoy where I'm at, as opposed to
Correct.
have a camera set up or a tripod set up on every damn hole.
Correct. Whether you're playing public golf or you're paying dues at a private club, we're asking you to pay. No matter if you're paying what we pay in dues, or if you're paying $3,500 a month, or if you're paying $150 a round, we're asking people to pay a lot of money. Go enjoy yourself, but let's go. Let's go. I mean, yes, if you shoot 120, it takes a long time to hit it 120 times. A long time to hit it 120 times. But there is a sign, I think it's at Seminole in Florida, that says, if you play well, play fast. If you play poorly, play faster.
It's
And I
like it's
think it
like
needs to be everywhere.
well, I've heard it's like if you're gonna suck, suck faster.
Correct. I mean, the gin only allows you a net double bogey. So, for instance, you're at 11 at River Hills, and you rinse two off the tee. Go to 12, because you're going to be hitting five from the tee again. If you just hit two in the water, your chances of making a hole in one, or a hole in six for a net double are slim to none. So just get your shit, go to 12, and let's move on about our business. It doesn't
I
matter.
love it. I love it.
Or we're playing in a scramble shamble, like we're going to host at the end of August, which is full, unfortunately. Um,
Let me know if
but
somebody drops out. I'm ready.
I
I'm
will.
ready.
I will. Um, but let's just say I was playing with Casey or A-Rod in our August two-man, and we're standing on one tee, and they absolutely lace one down the middle of the fairway. I'm going to get my fat ass back in the golf cart, and let's go down there, because I can't hit it that far. So what the hell are we doing? Let's go. Let's move this. Let's move this party on. Let's go. It's hot. Let's go.
So right here, let's get into some fun stuff. But before we do, I got one more comment right here. Mike Ayala, shout out to the grounds crew and greenkeepers there, always on their A game. And you have to admit, I feel the passion and the love you have for your crew and before your guys. Like everybody rants and raves. I mean, what do we have to choose from over there? I mean, what we got North Shore, we got Oso, we got Lozano, we got Alice Municipal. You know, and then I'm sure it's a freaking treat for those 361 guys to make it out there to go and play your track. That it's not incredibly long, but
No.
you get treated well from the cart guys all the way to the pro shop, and then you get treated really well to where you only want to maybe buy a couple of beers. Well, next thing you know, you leave with 6 beers. You know,
Well,
and
yeah, because if you buy 5, you get 6.
the six
Six
free. It's a
deal.
deal.
So
It's a deal.
I mean,
See, man, you
I
know what?
like.
I think you were the bartender. I think you were the bartender we had.
We're not promoting you drink more, but I mean, you might as well because it benefits you from a financial standpoint. So why not?
Oh man,
But first of
you
all,
F and B guys, you food and beverage guys, dude.
oh, I'm not a food and beverage guy. I've never been a food and beverage. I've always been a golf guy, which is why I'm glad we're at a golf club and not a country club. But we were talking about grounds crew. Our superintendent's name is Larry Lara. I had to learn how to say it. It's Lara. I'm a Wedo from up around Austin, and I said Lara, and he told me no, it's Lara. You got to roll your R. So Larry Lara started in San Antonio, and he's fantastic. He is salt of the earth. He gives you the shirt off his back. He gives a damn, and he makes sure that his guys give a damn, and that's big to me.
And I'm sure you know, being in the business, that's rare. That's rare. That's rare to get. That's rare to have the crew that can have the same love that their boss does and that their general manager does. And that's rare. And when you got something like that, you got to hold on to it. You got to take care of your crew. You got to take care of your guys. And you can tell the TLC that's put into that place. You really can.
Well, good. Thank you. They don't really have a choice. If you don't get in line with Larry, he'll kick you down the road till you go find somewhere else to go.
I love it.
He's
I
a no,
love it.
he's a no nonsense kind of guy.
I love it. I love it. You can tell with the shape of the course. All right, let's get into some fun stuff. We need to hear some juice. We need some stories from some of your most.
I don't
Hey,
have any juicy stories from River
that's what
Hills.
they pay for, right? They pay for anonymity, right? They pay for the silence. Or what are
You,
some of the best what are some of the best tournaments that you can remember that you've put together for your members and or for the golfing community out there?
well, the 2-man we do in April and August is a lot of fun. I wish we could get more than 80 teams. We usually do about 84 to 90, 88, somewhere around in there. I wish we could get more. I am not a shotgun fan. I hate shotguns. Somebody's going to somebody's going to get the chorizo and have to start on a par 3, and that sucks because not everybody in
It
that flight
does.
is going to start on that hole. I hate that. Number 2, I don't want less than 10-minute intervals between groups. So if we start at 7:30 and the last group goes at 2, if it's going to take 5.5 hours at 7:30, that's pretty much all the golf we can get in that day. Um, so we kind of limit it. Um, it might help a little bit with some people who aren't real serious about what's going on out there, that they don't bother to play, which, okay, that's fine. But I wish we could get some more. Those are really good events. It's a lot of fun. Friday is a lot of fun. Um, Saturday is a lot of fun. With the way the club is set up and the golf course is set up, with the putting green right next to number 1, and the way we kind of do it, there's always some good natured ribbing that goes on before you put a peg in the ground. Um, there's always a lot of good ribbing when you finish on 18. Um, Man, we do some fun stuff with some members tournaments. A couple of years ago, we did a 2-man worst ball scramble.
Oh shoot.
So we changed it. We started this when I was in Victoria, and it took us a couple of years to try to figure out how to do it. Um, it was the worst ball in play. Well, we had a doctor who was playing with a guy who was playing with a stick, and it was the worst ball in play. So the first hole of Victoria Country Club's short little par 5, but there's water right off the tee. So his partner laces one down the middle of the fairway. Well, he dribbles it off in the water. Well, that ball's not in play, so we get to go play the one down there. Then the stick knocks it on the green in 2. Doc hits it in the water left of the green, so that ball's not in play. The first putt gets up there about a foot. Well, then Doc hits a putt off the green. It goes in the water. That ball's not in play. So the first year was not real good. So we do it to where you're going to, you and I are playing and two other guys are playing. We're playing together. We pick the ball, they play. They pick the ball, we play. Once the ball's in the hole, though, the hole's over. So if you make a 40-footer, I don't have to make a 40-footer on top of you. Well, we had two members out. I'm not going to give names out, but he knows who. If he watches, I'll probably send it to him so he can listen to this. But had a guy knock it on the green on 11. His partner hits it fat and doesn't even get it to the water. So now you're playing from short of the water. Player gets up, knocks it on the green again. This guy hits it in the water. So they drop again. Hits it on the green for the third time. Hits it. Oh, the second guy hits it. It hits over the water, spins back into the water. Finally, they both hit it on the green. So the first player actually hit it on the green 3 times, and they made a 9.
Oh, I would be freaking pissed. Like,
So
freaking
it's a
pissed.
lot of fun. We do some fun stuff like that. We do a little interclub Ryder Cup every year. The reigning club champion is a team captain, and then he gets to pick somebody else that he wants to be the other captain. I got roped into playing last year. We had an odd number, so they roped me into playing for a team.
What's your handicap?
Golf. Do you want what the gin says or what it really is?
What is it really? Well, see, it's like me. So my handicap with our group is that I'm going to Scottsdale as an 8, but I identify as an 11.8.
Okay. Gin says plus 1.7.
Oh shit!
I don't know if I could play to a 2. I don't.
Damn, Daddy.
I mean, I can tell you this. I have played 5 rounds of golf since Father's Day weekend of 2025.
Man, dude, you're sandbagger, bro. I just, you got sandbagger status.
And 3 of those were a 4-person scramble fundraiser.
Wow. Okay. It's for the kids, right? You like to give back. It's for the kids.
It's a fundraiser. It's a fundraiser.
All right. So tell us right here. As in any of these tournaments, I need a story. All right. So I love the idea of a worst ball scramble because you know it. That sounds badass, right? It sounds like for somebody to do it though, that GM and that crew, the people working have to be on board with that because obviously it's going to be more strokes than anything, right? So
Correct.
you got to give us some juicy story of that memorable moment from some of the tournaments you've hosted out there.
I guess you've heard the story about A-Rod getting yelled at, right? For driving his car where he wasn't supposed to?
I need that one.
Oh, shit. When was that? Was that last August? Maybe August before? So,
right here. A-Rod, right on cue. Mason, look into the camera. He
I
said
don't know where the hell to look. I've never done this shit.
There you go. He just wants you to look him into the eye. That's what he wants. He wants to look eye to eye with you.
That worries me.
Right here, 2 years ago. 2 years ago, A-Rod, go for it.
Okay,
Go for it,
so
bro.
2 years ago, so we have ropes across the fairways anywhere between 100 to say 50 yards from the green. And with being a short course, that's where the majority of the play is. With being a short, small park, that's where we get a lot of cart traffic. We do a lot of golf. Unfortunately, something I'm still working on, we have a lot of single riders, which is another reason why we play polo and we play in 3 hours and 10 minutes. But we, so anyway, I think it might have been a playoff. They were in a playoff, maybe something like that. And we're playing 18. Well, he drives it up past the ropes. Now he's in the rough, but the club rule is when we get to the ropes, it's cart path only. We walk. Carry your sand, carry 3 or 4 wedges with you, whatever you need, hit it and walk back. Let's try to preserve what we've got. Well, he parks it in the rough, and one of the members hollers at him, "Do you not understand what fucking ropes mean?" And so I don't think anything was really said, but you could tell it was a little tight. And then they tie 18, so they go back to the tee. They hit it again. Well, he drives past the damn ropes again, but now he's in the middle of the damn fairway. Well, he starts, the yelling now gets louder. Did you not hear me the first time? Da, 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 da. Get behind the ropes and everything. Well, when it all gets said and done, who said it? And then kind of trying to dissolve the situation. And the member was still pretty pissed about it, which I am going to take his side for part of this. I don't agree with the way that it was maybe perceived and the way it was delivered, but I appreciate the shit that he cares for his club and wants to make sure it's taken care of in the manner we want it to be taken care of. So I love that. The delivery was bad. But anyway, we get all said and done, and A-Rod's up there, and he's pissed, and the member's pissed. And then finally, who said it? Well, somebody said who said it, and he turns his head around, and he sees Anthony. Now, mind you, the member that said it's maybe 5'8" and maybe 150 pounds of wet and wearing boots. And A-Rod he's solid.
He's jacked, bro. A-Rod's jacked.
It pretty much went real quiet, real quick. Nobody said shit anymore. That was it. No mas.
Right here. A-Rod goes, I said, who is this fucking guy?
Yeah. So, and like I said, I'm going to stick up for the member because I appreciate the fact that he's trying to take care of our club and he wants it to be taken care of. But A-Rod's a buddy of mine. So I'm kind of sitting here trying to ride the fence, and then it all kind of got dissolved by itself, and everything was great, grand, and wonderful. So, you asked some other good, man. I'm going to try to do this and not get emotional. We had so we've got a family, the Hunts, who have been members at that club since Jeff was probably 5, maybe 10. And he's 60-something probably right now. He lost his son in a boating accident in Port Aransas last July, 2 Julys ago. They were going out to fish in a fishing tournament and had a boat accident, and he was killed out there. And we never had a name for a member guest. You know, you've got the black and white at Oak Hills, and you've got everything's got a name. Well, we never had a name for it. And the kid's name was Jared Hunt, and everybody kind of called him Jay. So it was like, you know what, this is cool. We'll just call this golf tournament the J. So we have it last year. It's the first time we're doing it. No, not last year. 2 years ago. This was the third year it's been called the J. So we do this thing, and everybody's playing. It's a really good deal. Had some flags made. There's a really cool silhouette of him holding a pose off number 1. So it's kind of become the logo for the golf tournament. And member guest, it's the typical 5 9-hole matches. We add a scramble portion to the end so I can make sure that the teams who aren't even in the hunt will come back on Sunday to play. You know, hey, I can win 7.5 points in my match on Sunday, but we're not going to win it. We're not going to do anything, so we're not going to come. So we had a scramble portion to get people out there. Then we go do the shootout and all that cool stuff. Well, the first year we do it, a member and his buddy win. Come to find out the members was really good friends with Jared. Well, we had his parents out there. We had the flag. We've got it now. It gets framed every year, gets matted. And we had his mom and dad present these 2 guys with their flags. So it was a really cool deal. Still the J. Moved to last year. We don't get the damn shootout in because it rains. We don't get the shootout in this year because it rains. So the ongoing joke is Jared has said, screw you guys. Y'all aren't going to have fun without me, so I'm just going to rain the sumbitch out. But we do it. We don't get to have the shootout last year. So everybody's kind of hanging around, and they go to do a putt-off, kind of like a putting contest. 2 make, we all make, we keep going back. Well, Jared had a little girl that he really supported through her 4-H and showing of animals and livestock shows. Well, her dad drags her out there. She's the last one to putt in this round, and she makes the goddamn thing.
Oh shit.
So it's, crying and all kinds of shit. Well, she gets her own flag presented to her. So there's been some. It is a really cool club. It's a really cool membership. It's a family. If you need something, they'll be there for you, provided it's not $1 million. But everybody kind of supports everything, and everybody kind of supports everybody, and it's just a really fun place. It's going to take a lot for me to leave. It would take a really special job or something like that for me to leave.
It sounds like. Is it home?
Yeah, it's home for now. If I stay in the golf business, this is home. There's an ongoing joke, and I'm not going to tell it here. There is one club, if they called me yesterday, I'd take the job. And I'll tell you this off camera as to why I would do it. But
That the show's nothing as OB, Mason. That's nothing as OB,
nothing,
man.
nothing. No, it's a really fun place, and his parents do a big fundraiser tournament they started a foundation. I think we had 58 teams this year playing it, and it was an all-day affair. They probably raised $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a year.
Oh shit.
There's some,
That's something you could do something with that money. You can help. You can do some help with that
they
money.
they do a bunch of scholarships and stuff like that. Kid went to school at A&M, so they sponsored an Aggie ring for a senior every year through an endowment scholarship. They do a bunch of livestock show stuff. We've got a member who, unbeknownst to anybody, when this fundraiser tournament starts, he picks up the bar tab for the day. That's his donation to the foundation. That's one less expense.
That's a great donation right there. That's a great
one
write.
less
That's a great
expense
write
they have
off.
to worry about. So they don't pay. There's a sponsor for the golf for that the club doesn't charge a lot, but there's a little sponsor for that. So pretty much every dollar that they bring in, they get to keep in the foundation, and they get to scholarship it out. So it's a really giving place.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful, and that's what I love to hear. But I think that kind of goes. It's a testament to you though, because you're a bit of the gatekeeper too, bro. You know what? You're one of the people that kind of help build this membership. You know.
It's a group effort. It's a group effort.
Right here, brother. Got a great question right here. Course record. What's the course record out there?
I think it's 62. I think 62 from the back tee. I think is low.
Well, we want to know because somebody's texting me on the side texting me over here. Was it Michael McGowan?
Oh shit! I forgot about McGowan. So yeah, what was that? 50 something.
I think it's
Yeah. So I
59.
guess that would be I guess I forgot about McGowan playing that practice round that day. I guess it used to be. So I guess it would be him. What 58 or 59 or whatever the
I think
hell
it's
he shot that
59.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot, dude. That's low.
Man, for as short as it is, it shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be. I mean, where do you hit more than wedge?
I hit more than wedge in a lot of places. I'm not long. I'm not a long hitter. I was like, what are you talking about, man? Okay, so tell me this, right? So I play with a lot of these guys. Remember, I'm from Corpus Christi. Um, my dad, my uncles. I play with Mike and all these guys, right, from Alice. And is it a South Texas thing to have more than 14 clubs in your bag?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm telling you, man. Like I got like a lot of these guys, man. Like my dad's got two putters. My dad's got two drivers. Like I'm
Okay.
like I see him, man. Mike comes up when he first moves to San Antonio for a bit. You know, he's got freaking 16 clubs in his bag.
Well, I will tell you, when we do our April and August 2, man, there's a 14 club rule. When I get back on Monday morning, there's probably a dozen clubs in my office.
But am I right? Am I right? Is it like a three six
I
one
don't know if
thing
it's a
where
South Texas. I guess so. I don't know. I'm not from here, so I don't know if it's a South Texas thing. But Man, where I grew up, shit, you maybe had 12 or 13 because you didn't. Mind you, we were walking back in the day when I
That's
grew
true.
up, and
That's true.
we walked 45 holes a day. I'm not going to carry some shit if I'm not going to use it. That's too much damn weight. I'm not. No, no, no. I'm not lugging it. But yeah, there have been a few. Yeah, we can probably have a dozen clubs in the shop on Monday morning after it's over with. Hell, I think I still have some from last August tournament still sitting in the shop. So
So right here. Okay. I got Matt Polly right here. He played at U of H last year and he plays at RGV. What's up, Matt? What's up, my brother? He likes to play. He's been on a little journey to play a lot of the private courses. I need to take my man out there to your course, and maybe that course record
call
might
me.
change.
Call me. We'll figure it out.
See that
I, I need a few more teams for the pro flight for August if he wants
There,
to
there
get
we go, right
buddy
there,
together.
Matt, right there. I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna let him know. I'm gonna let my dog know. Okay, so as we've talked about your tournaments, we've heard some of these stories. Now, tell me, what is a course that I guess you like to play outside of your track there around that 361 area?
Rockport Country Club. That's my favorite track in South Texas. It's my kind of golf. It allows you to play the golf ball on the ground. I just I enjoy fast and firm. When Palmia, well, when Newport Dunes and Port A, then came Palmia, when they had it going fast and firm and windy, that was a lot of fun to me.
I
Because
loved it when it had 18. When it was 18 holes, man,
yeah,
it was one of my
and you could
favorites.
play. You could be 140 yards downwind, and you could hit 7 iron, and I don't need to hit this. I can run it all the way up there, but then I could also be 140 yards into the wind and hitting 3 iron. So
Hey, I like to go a little DOD, a little driver off deck.
yeah, I don't have that shot in the bag anymore. I used to, but the heads are too damn big. Um, but Rockport is probably my favorite place to play in South Texas.
So, favorite PGA player?
Ooh, still playing?
Still playing.
Let me rephrase that. Still has status or actually
Oh,
actively play?
it's either or. It's yours favorite. Your favorite.
It's the GOAT, and it's not close. It's Tiger Woods, and it's not
It's got to
close.
be okay. All right. So outside of Tiger,
Wow. Outside of Tiger, I would say.
you got to think somebody that you're tuning in, somebody that you tuned in at the Open, somebody like you were really looking forward to seeing.
Man, I've become a big Sam Burns fan, but probably JT. Hang on. Probably Finau.
I love Tony. I love Tony.
Probably Finau. Because it's homemade.
See,
It's
I'm I'm
homemade. It's not robot. It's homemade.
I'm a big break guy. I'm a big break guy. That's why A Rod has always been one of my favorite characters to love and hate. I hated
You
him
don't have to.
on Big Break.
You don't have to kiss his ass because he comes
No,
on
no,
the
I'm
show.
telling you. Hey, we remember we talked about this off air. We all hated him at one point, right? We all hated him. So I hated Big Break Mesquite, A Rod. I loved I loved it when he was playing like with the I think it was the Bahamas or Aruba or wherever with the women, right? When he was crying at
Right.
the end, right? I love
Right.
that version of A Rod. And then hey, Tony Finau, Big Break, him and his brother. That was
I
a that
didn't
was
know that.
that was Big Break Disney, so which I really like that. And he played Mayor Rudolph Giuliani's son was on that one as well, so that was a pretty badass one.
I don't think I ever watched that. I didn't watch a whole lot of Big
Oh
Break.
man, well, because I was hoping to be that guy. I was hoping to be that guy, but
Eh.
shit
But yeah,
happens.
Finau, it's not home. It's homemade. You kind of here's some clubs. You hold it this way. Your setup needs to look like this. Now go dig it out of the dirt and go figure out how to do this. You're athletic enough. You can figure out how to play golf. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, I also like a lot of the Europeans because it's not just hit it as far and as high as you can and stop it right by the hole. I don't like American. I don't like a lot of where American golf is going. Well, let me rephrase that. The new American golf is good. I don't like it soft and you fly it right at the hole. I don't like trees. I really, I really don't. If I had it my way, if I was to win the lottery tomorrow and they sold me River Hills, there'd be a few oak trees here and there that would stay, but a lot of it would go away. I'm going to carve out 40 yards. We're going to regrass the whole place. I'm going to carve out 40 yards of very well maintained paspalum, and everything outside of that is whatever Mother Nature gives you. That's it. If it's wet and it's been raining, the rough could be knee tall. It could be shin high. If it's been dry, it could be dirt and crap and sand and whatever, and that's what you get.
Well, I think those mesquite trees, man. I mean, it makes it tough because you know what? I hit a lot of them, man. I hit a lot
You
of
do.
them, and I said, "Hey, I said, let's throw some of this mesquite tree in the back of the damn truck. Let's go, man. Hey, let's get our money's worth over here, dude."
Well, if we ever, like I said, if I win it, I'll call you and you can come pick up all the damn wood. But
All right.
I like it. I like it when the ground moves. I like the ball on the ground. I like the wind blowing. I want it firm. I want you to have to think your way around a golf course, which some of the guys will probably tell you with where I paint some dots for Saturdays and Sundays. I am going to make you play the golf course backwards. I want you to get that pin sheet out and look at it and go, all right, front right, it's on 4, it's downwind. I can't hit driver here because I need to be able to have something full that I can spin the golf ball to control it going into the screen. Because if I don't, I'm going to knock it to the back edge and I've got 35 to 40 feet for birdie. I want to make you think your way backwards on
Damn.
some of them. And then there are some of them, there are a couple of par fives that I'm going to tuck it in some spots because it's downwind, it's downhill. These guys are hitting, Casey and A-Rod and these guys are hitting 8 irons and 9 irons into this par 5. I want you to have to hit a really quality golf shot to get it inside 15 feet to have a chance for an eagle, or knock it to the back of the green. And if you want to make eagle, you got to make a 40-footer.
Well, Mason, I'm gonna tell you, dude. I think you do. I think you and your superintendent Lara. Man, I think y'all do a great job on protecting the course and make it challenging, especially for somebody who's an 8 handicapper that acts like an 11, that acts like an 11.8. You know, when he's out there on the course, I think you do a great job, and you make it interesting. You make it tough. You make it challenging, and you make guys like me want to come back. Right here. I got some comments right here. RG, ¿qué onda, putos?
Okay, I no savvy, so you're going to tell me what the hell that means.
What is it? What's up, asshole? I guess, right? What's
Oh,
up,
okay.
asshole?
Well, I know puto. I've
Right
been
there.
called. Hey,
Or what's
the
up,
sad
bitch?
thing.
Right? What's up, bitch?
Okay, I've
Right
been
here.
called a lot. I've been called a lot worse by better though.
Right here. Right here. Look, and after that, I gotta say, what's up, coach? I'm a coach. So what's up, Gio? What's up, my man? How we doing, dude? Hey, it's PG-13, man. PG-13 right here.
Oh,
Okay. In regards to all the tournaments and all the stuff out there, have you had to kick people out of your tournaments? And how did you go about that?
I think only once, but it hasn't happened at River Hills. Um, but I am a big believer. I will never bump anybody up. I make an announcement on Friday night when we get together after dinner. I make an announcement that if there's anything that I think is fishy, I will not ask you to bump up. I'm not going to bump you up because bumping you up screws the people in the flight above. I will politely hand you your $500 entry fee back. Thank you for coming. Don't come back. That's the way I do business.
But I think people have respected you in that regards, and that's why you hear nothing but great shit about how you run your tournaments and why it's always packed, why it always sells out, why it's always filled is because they know you're a straight shooter. You're going to protect the field, and I think you're gonna protect the field, and everyone knows what they're getting into, right? You don't hear shit about like sandbagging or people cheating like that. Those are rare. I haven't heard I know a lot of guys who play in your tournaments. I don't hear
We have
shit like that about your track.
we have a little bit of sandbagging. It's kind of getting better. Um, Granted, and I put on the flyer, we flight it based off the lowest handicap, but that doesn't really mean a whole lot to me. If you could turn in a 5.7, good for you. I know you're a 3, you're going to play up here. And if you don't like it, it's not personal, don't play.
Bye.
I got, right now, I think we have 14 teams on a wait list. I can find somebody to slide in this spot. It's not that hard.
You ain't scared.
But what I don't like is, you know, and I also don't do this. You and your partner win the third flight. You're not going to play in the second next year guaranteed. I'm not going to automatically bump you up a flight. Because what happens if the second flight or the third flight you were in this year is 8s and 10s? Well, I'm going to bump you up to the second. Well, you might get bumped up to the second because the second flight now might be 7s and 9s. But if it's 5s and 6s, you're not going to play there. You also might not play in the third flight. You might go to the fourth flight because that's where the 8s and 10s would be, or the 9s and 10s, or however this is going to work out. Because, yeah, you played real well. Or I watched you play 3 or 4 holes and I saw you make 100-foot of putts in 3 holes. You're not going to do that every day. And you're not going to probably do that next year. So, but my big deal is I don't like bumping people up a flight. So I go out and me and my partner shoot 60 in the first flight, and we're winning in the second flight. We shoot 60 in the second flight, and we're winning our flight by 8, and we're winning the first flight by 6 after the first day. Well, I might not tell you on the first day, hey, here's your money back. But I've got it in the back of my head, hey, we're going to look at this tomorrow. Will they go out and do something stupid tomorrow? Well, I'm not going to bump them up because now I've screwed the first flight, and that team that was supposed to get first is now getting second, and the second's now getting third, and that third place team, who, granted, it's not a lot of money, but I think last year we paid, I think second place paid $1,800 or $1,500 or something. So you got your money back plus you made $500. So great, grand, and wonderful.
What?
But
What's the
go
most
ahead.
money? What's the most money? What's the most money someone's left from one of your tournaments?
Including what happens on Friday nights? 18? Probably.
Probably. Give or take a few.
Give or take a comma here or there. but I don't want to do that and screw you. So I'm just going to say, here's your money. Don't come back. It's just because you can't punish the guys in front. They had nothing to do with what happened behind them, and then you screw these guys up here. So no.
Now, are there guys currently in your tournament that you've heard rumors or that you keep an eye out for?
Oh, definitely, definitely, and everything's on a spreadsheet, and everything gets checked from next.
Is
So
it
this
is
August,
it in your hard drive? I don't know. You might have some people breaking in after this damn show, or it's in the cloud. It's in the cloud. It's in the
no,
cloud.
it's on a hard drive, but I will also, when we finish and we do everything, and I get back to the club on Monday, and I get my spreadsheet. So we also have a member that on Friday night, you give him $20. You circle who you think's going to win that flight, and whatever place they get's how many points you get. The lower the points, you win. So we do a whole kind of deal. So when I get there on Monday, I do my little spreadsheet. I email it out to the membership, say, hey, here's who won, da 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 da, and all that. So that's always set aside that where I look and say, hey man, these guys last year they won this flight by 3 shots, and they played real well on Saturday, and supposedly they were doing real well on Sunday. And I've looked at the scorecard, and they played the last 9 holes at 2 over, and it's like, well, they were up by 5, and the guys weren't making birdies, so they weren't catching. So they make a bogey here and they make a bogey there to make it look better, to not look like a sandbag. Well, I have ears too, and people talk. So yeah.
I hate that. I've been on that losing end where I've seen, you know what? Okay, this one guy knows his partner's already probably going to make par, he takes a couple extra putts, he three putts to bump his shit up, but other people don't see that, and that's where it pisses me off. So I appreciate guys like you who do gatekeep these tournaments and who are trying to protect the field. And again, and maybe that's the rep that you've built, that people always want to come back to that, because when they know the field's being protected, because you know what? Everybody works hard for their money. I don't give a shit if it's the richest guy or the poorest guy. Everybody works hard for their money. And
Whether
nobody
it's
wants to go and give it away.
whether it's $50 or $50,000,
Hell yeah. Right, right here. I got
whatever that.
Ian Brunel. Is there room in the last flight? Hey, that's my fraternity brother. That's my dog right there. So you know what? I need to be I need to be his partner, right? So
Well, if you're an 8 on the gin, there you can't be in the last flight.
hey, I need you to be like Tom Bodette and keep the light on for me and make some room,
I
all right?
Now I will say I'm not a gin fan. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that it's supposed to be an honorable game, and we're supposed to do everything the right way. We don't have rules officials. We don't have referees. We police the game ourselves. But we know the handicaps are bullshit. What I like about the gin is on my end, from an admin side, I can pull it up and I can look at yours and say, all right, it says 8.8, but in the last 12 months, the lowest it was a 3.6 or a 3.8 or a 4.8. And I can also look and say, oh, well, it was 4.8 and that was 6 weeks ago. So, yeah, great. I'm glad you're an 8.8 now. But no, 6 weeks ago, you were a 4.8. So you're not going to play there. You're going to play up here. Now, I will also do, you're an 8.8 with a 10 as your partner, and then there's an 8.9 with an 8.9, and y'all are right on the cut line of the flight. Well, more than likely, you're going to slide down, and this team's going to slide up, because that other 8.9 is going to help you out better than that 11 is going to help out that 8. So there's some finagle that goes here and there. But got to protect the field. And if you run a shitty event, people won't come back.
I agree. I agree with you, brother, and I think you built a badass rep with doing that, and that's why you got 14 teams on the waiting list,
Yeah.
and me and Ian are over here begging for scraps. And Ian's a 14, and he's a 14,
Is,
but again, he identifies as an 18.6. He plays like
is
an
that on
18.6.
is that on the front? I haven't seen him in a while. He doesn't come out and visit us anymore.
He's always working, bro. He's always working, man. He's a working man, dude. He needs to.
I,
He's paying all
I
that,
understand.
He's paying all that child support. He needs to, bro.
Ah, shit.
All right, Mace.
There's,
Right.
there's a way to stop
We're
that.
all over the place here, but again, nothing's OB here. Nothing's OB. Favorite golf movie?
Golf movie. Oh, God. Oh, Tin Cup.
Are you the guy? Are you Roy McAvoy? Do you go for it?
No. No. I would be, if I really worked at it, I would have a chance to maybe, it was probably about 12 years ago. I was at a local US Open qualifier at what used to be called Circle C. I think it's called Gray Rock or something in Austin.
There in Austin? Yeah, Gray Rock.
Yeah. And through 13 holes, I think I was 2 under. And I think I was on the cut line. I mean, I was pretty close to getting through the sectionals. But my style of golf is pars. I don't do anything fancy. I'm gonna knock it on the green. I'm not gonna hit a lot of close ones. Um, I'm just gonna make a lot of pars. I play boring golf. US Open's my kind of style of golf. That you're gonna force me. You want me to hit it here. I'm gonna hit it here. Then I'm gonna hit it here, and I'm gonna 2-putt, and I'm gonna make my 4, and I'm gonna get the hell out of there. I'm not gonna do anything fancy. I don't knock flag sticks down. Chipping and putting. Let's go get it.
I love it. I love it. All right, Mason, I want to thank you so much, brother, for being on the show, dude, and giving us some of the juice, giving us the insight on a freaking gym. I'm going to tell you, one of the things I've learned since 2018, I started this podcast, and one of the goals I had was to get my dad on to Corpus Christi Country Club, because that's a course he caddied when he was in his teens. Right?
Okay.
And my dad's in his late 70s, Vietnam veteran. him and his brother caddied there when they caddied for judges, lawyers back in the day. They caddied at the old country club, and then they even caddied whenever it moved, right? Back in the
They
day.
the old
And
one that was
we
on
got to we
Upriver Road.
got to we got to play back in 2021 with Chet Williams, the course redesigner, right?
Cool. Yeah.
And that was one of the rounds that just always stands out in my mind. And then that round I played out there at your track, it was sundown. The sun was setting. Uh, Everybody was hitting great shots. My dad always says moments of greatness. I mean, we're having the drinks. The drinks were flowing. I was supposed to drive back to SA right afterwards, right? And then my uncle goes, "Hey, why don't we go up the street and have some steaks?" And sure enough, we kept the party rolling to go and have
Oh,
some steaks down the street. And you know what? I'm telling you, having my dad from my mom, having my uncle from my dad's side and my uncle from my mom's side, like, and we all got along. We had some drinks, we had dinner. It was probably one of the most memorable rounds that I will always keep in my mind and always like this is why I love the game. And that happened out there at your track. And
badass.
it was freaking beautiful. That was the first time my dad and uncles had ever played that course. And it was so memorable for us. And I'll never forget that. It's always in my mind. River Hills Country Club has a special place in my mind. And I appreciate you for putting it out there for people that had never been out there, people that don't hear about it, people that can't find it on social media. And I got one last question for you, brother. Who are you playing your final round of golf with?
Oh, dead or alive?
It's your call.
My old man, my uncle, and that's probably it. We're gonna play. Well, my daughter has kind of likes it here and there. It'd probably be my daughter, my dad, and my uncle would probably be it.
Damn, brother. That's
It'd be
beautiful,
fun.
my man. I
So,
appreciate you
hey,
so much, man.
yes, sir. By the way, it's River Thrills, not River Hills.
Hey, wait, sometimes it gives river chills, dude. Hey, and then you know it, and then you go home pissed off, dude. You go home pissed off, and but well, I won my match. I beat Ian. I beat Ian and David.
Perfect.
Hey, I won my match, so I got bragging rights. But
So when
after
do y'all
Lozano
come?
had to pay their ass.
Do y'all come down and do that every year?
Well, we always come to Corpus to play against. We do it. We call it fins and pins. And we always play. We played the Oso. We played Lozano. Um, our buddy just became the head golf pro out there at North Shore, and
Okay.
Carlos Moreno. And you know what, man? We'd love to come back, dude. We'd love to come back. I'd appreciate it if you have us out there,
Come on.
my man. Right here, look, look, Mike Ayala. They're pork chops, but it was so good. It tasted like steak.
Shit. If you cook a pork chop right, I'd rather have a pork chop than a steak, to be honest with you, some days.
Oh man, hey, it was solid. I always remember that baked potato. It got to the point. It got to the point, man, where we were drinking those little Miller High Lifes. Like it was that. It was that. I know it was kind of a little bitter. Some bitter beer face was going on up in there.
The champagne of beers.
The champagne, Mace, my brother. Thank you so much for being on, bro. I so appreciate you, dude, and thank you for letting us in uh, about River Thrills.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
All right, man. You have a good night, brother.
You too. Come see us.
Got it, brother. Oh man, want to thank want to thank Miss River Thrills, River Chills out there. Oh man, guys, please, guys, if you ever have a chance, man, make sure if somebody invites you, if you get invited to go play, go play out there in River Hills, guys. It's such a great little track. I'm so thankful for Mason to have had us out there. I told you it's one of my favorite little places in golf memory that I will never forget being out there with my dad, my uncles, and I'm so thankful. It was a great time out there with four bros, and I beat Ian and I beat Prim. So we ended up losing. The South Texas Sandbaggers ended up getting us, man. Or them Alice boys, they got us. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in, man. Hey, leave tomorrow. I gotta pack. All I've packed is my socks, my chones, and my gold bond because it's supposed to be freaking hot out there at Scottsdale. Don't forget, guys, presenting sponsor of Nothing is OB South Texas Golf Podcast, FOREBROS Tour. never golf alone again. Make sure, guys, if you don't have a home, FOREBROS Tour has a home for you. They do things like this. We play out in the South Texas Pins and Fins. Ryder Cup style. We got the FOREBROS Tour Cup coming up in January. We got the Summer Cup that's going to be held out there in Scottsdale, playing freaking 4 rounds, staying out at Talking Stick Casino. Great deal. Golf and our stay is included. We're going to be out there with our brothers. It's going to be a great time. Man, I want to know, how many golf balls should I take? Somebody just told me 12. Somebody told me 12. I said, shoot. I said, I got to bring a shitload of golf balls, man. I got to bring a boatload of golf balls. It's going to be a great time with our brothers. There's 20 of us going out there. Oh, man, it's going to be a great time. I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of nervous, man. My game isn't where it is, but I'm looking forward to it. It's the last hurrah before football starts. And, guys, man, it wouldn't happen out here with FOREBROS Tour, guys. So make sure, if you want to play a golf organization, you're scared, you don't think you're good enough, you don't think your handicap's there, guys, come on out, man. We got a very diverse group. We got a home for you. We got the 20 handicaps. We got the plus ones. We got the 8 handicaps that identify as 11 handicaps, like myself. Guys, come on out. FOREBROS Tour. Never golf alone again, guys. You don't have a home. We have a home for you guys. And don't forget, all night we've been coming live from the Texas Chancla Studios, guys. Make sure, guys, you hit up my guy, Jesse Hernandez. I'm so thankful for his sponsorship of the Nothing is OP South Texas Golf Podcast, guys. So make sure you hit him up at jessehernandezlaw.com. And again, he was able to hook up one of our brothers with a law he doesn't practice. He was able to give him a great recommendation for a great lawyer that is helping him out. Jesse knows everybody in the city, and you know what? He fights for people that can't fight for themselves. So make sure you hit him up for if you're any DWI, criminal court cases, personal injury, guys. Hit him up at 210-807-8656, guys. And hey, man, guys, please, guys, do me a favor. You support me by supporting my sponsors. Support FOREBROS Tour, the Texas Chancla, guys, and visit nothingisop.com, guys, to see what's going on, to see any of our past episodes. We're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we are on TikTok, guys. Hey, thanks so much, guys, and wish me luck out there, guys. Wish me luck. It's going to be over 100 in Scottsdale. We're Gold Bond. We're bringing the hydration packs. We're bringing snacks. We're bringing peanut butter and jelly. Man, if you see me, guys, if you see me out there begging, asking for Venmo, putting my Cash App, putting my Venmo out there, you know your boy's broke. That's golf, bro.